Okay guys, today is our first day of doing factoring X method. With this one for today, we're going to do all positive terms and all of our leading coefficients are going to be 1. Okay, so here's our warm-up. You see this is that double distributive property. You guys did really well with this in class. So we had x squared, because x times x, and then x times 4 gives me 4x. Then 3 times x, and then 3 times 4. We combine our like terms. Those are supposed to be x's even if they look a little wonky. So we end up with x squared plus 7x plus 12. So why is this important? Well, this is important because today we're going to start by going in the reverse. So now that you guys know how to go and distribute to get a polynomial, I'm going to give you a polynomial and we're going to go backwards and get these two sets of parentheses. Okay guys, so we're going to do these problems using this thing we call a magic X. So you make an X and then at the top you put a times sign and at the bottom you're going to put a plus sign. And then we're going to list out what multiplies to give us, give me 1 second, what multiplies to give us that 2 and what adds to give us that 3. So when we do these factoring polynomials, the order of this is what multiplies here, mult, and adds to give you this term. So when we do this, we want to see what we can do with that. So just like our yesterday magic numbers, we can list out what our factors of 2 are. Well, factors of 2 are 1 and 2. So what multiplies to give you 2 is 1 times 2. If we add those together, 1 plus 2, it gives us 3. So we know our factors would be 1 and 2. And then you're able to write this out as x plus 1, x plus 2. So for these, they're always going to have that as their endpoint where you have the parentheses. Since we know it's going to have a coefficient of 1, we can begin by putting those x's in. And then we can do that magic x. So multiplies to give me 16, adds to give me 10. So we're going to come up with what multiplies to give me 16. Well, 1 and 16, 2 and 8. 3 doesn't go into it, 4 and 4. And then the next one would then be 8 and then it'd be 2. So it'd be the same thing but in reverse, so the order doesn't matter there. So we want to see which one of these add to give me 10. Because we know they're all going to multiply to give me 16. So this would be 17, 10, and 8. So we know that 2 and 8, does not matter the order you put them in there, are going to be our answers, 2 and 8. Okay, again, so we remember it's what multiplies and adds. So multiplies to give us 49, adds to give us 14. We're going to create that x. In the top, it's what multiplies. The bottom, what's what adds, so it multiplies to give me 49, adds to give me 14. I'm going to list out my factors of 49. So we have 1 and 49, 2 doesn't go into it, 3 does not go into it, 4 does not go into it, 5 does not go into it, 6 does not go into it, but 7 does, 7 times 7. So your options here are going to be 50 and 14. Well, the only one that matters to us is that 14, 7, and 7. And again, all of your answers will take solutions in the form of x plus 7, x plus 7. So because these are all addition signs today, and the coefficient of the leading coefficient is 1, we can keep it in this form with 2 plus signs, and then just x's. So again, without having to do this problem, I know I can start with x plus parentheses, x plus parentheses. If you guys wanted to see this multiplied out, you'd see that you had x times x, which is x squared, x times 7, which would be plus 7x, 7 times x plus 7x, 7 times 7, which is 49. You add those middle terms together, that's 14, so you get x squared plus 14x plus 49, which is what we started with. So what this is doing is just going backwards. So we have this x, I'll start up here, x multiplies to give me 24, adds to give me 11. Well, things that multiply to give me 24 are 1 and 24, 2 and 12, 3 and 8, 4 and 6, and then 5 doesn't go into it, so the next will be 6 and 4. You guys have that piece of paper I gave you guys with all these factors on them. So this should be a little bit quicker for you guys. And then we see which ones are going to add to give me 11. So we have 25, 14, 11, and 10. So we know the only ones that are going to work are going to be 3 and 8. So my two factors that work here, if we multiplied them together, I'm going to draw a different color. You see if you multiply 3 times 8, it's going to give you 24. And if you did 3 plus 8, it's going to give you 11. So we can put that in here, 3 and 8, and that's going to be my answer. I'm trying to keep these videos short, so what I'm going to ask is that you guys try these and let me know. So just remember the process. Each question starts by writing that x. Remember, it's to be multiply to your last number, add to your middle number. So what's going to multiply to 12 and add to 13? So what multiplies to 12 is 1 and 12, 2 and 6, 3 and 4. And the only one that will add to 13 is that first one. So we know our answers here are going to be 1 and 12. So you can rewrite this as x plus 1, x plus 12. Again, keeps that form of the x plus. So in each of these, you notice it's going to be x plus factor times x plus factor. Now it's going to change as we go on. We do different types of problems, but for today's lesson, that's what you're looking for. So here, let's do our last one. Wish I could call on you guys. So here we have multiplies to give me 36, adds to give me 13. So I'm going to go 1 and 36. We know that that's going to be 37. Not going to do the job. 2 and 18. 2 times 18 will give me 20. I don't know why I struggled with that. 3 and 12. It gives me 13. That's going to be the one I want. Then you can do 4 and 9. Ooh, Jenkins added terribly, didn't she? 3 and 12 gives me 15. And then here we have 4 and 9, which gives me 13. And then your last one should be 6 and 6, which gives you 12. So the one I need is 4 and 9. So again, it keeps that form of x plus our factor times x plus our factor. And if you double distribute it, you'd end back up to where we began. So please try these problems tonight, guys. Let me know if you have any questions. I miss you.